So everybody, so over here right now at Boyd Welding, if you guys don't know who they are, you need to check them out. They make the most badass aluminum gas tanks and fuel cells. They pretty much make them to fit. They have everything for most F100s. So we're gonna catch up with Dave right here. He's gonna give us a tour of the whole facility. You guys are gonna see some really cool American-made products. What's up, Dave?
How's it going?
Doing good. How are you?
Doing well.
So what's Boyd Welding for people that might not know?
Well, Boyd Welding is aluminum tank manufacturer. We specialize in custom tanks. So if you have a project in your garage, you can draw up exactly what you want, send us in a drawing of what the tank that you're looking for, and we can give you a price and do one-offs. One-offs are our specialty. We also do, our C10 tanks. We build a lot of them in volume, just as a fixed product, or we do, volume if you're a company that has a product as well.
Cool. Well, he's going to show us a little bit of the meat and potatoes of the business, which I find really cool. I was here once taking some photos, so I already know how awesome this place is. You guys are about to find.
All right, so this is our parts department. We inventory everything, we check everything, and then we store it based on the part number or by the kitting for the customer. So we have brass fittings for this particular customer. Here's some of our machine necks that just got through QC, so it still needs to go into final inventory. We've got different caps and necks available, so you can buy all of this stuff. We keep them protected so they're nice and scratch free. Vents, necks of different lengths, some custom stuff. This is custom for our C10s. Different caps that we put on like diesel transfer tanks. Delrin keys. So that's the key that we saw that sheet over at the machine shop that we're getting ready to machine. Yep. We do a lot of machine fittings, so machined NPT fittings, just for different parts. This stuff is available. We keep it like our necks are different lengths, so you can purchase. And this is kind of towards the way that we manufacture for our manufacturing, but this is also for the single person that wants to build their own tank. They can go down, they can select that they want a length of 8-inch, and we can package it up and send it right to you. Different weld fittings, AN fittings, half couplings, sumps, billet mounting tabs.
That's badass. A little bit of everything.
Yeah, a little bit of everything.
Awesome.
So we'll walk over here to our shipping department, and we'll go down that way. Everything comes through the wall. We kind of run our inventory on the far side, and it'll go out, and then it'll come back up as a finished product on this side, and we package and we do our final installs of like our fuel pumps, sending units, rollover valves, whatever the customer specifies. And it changes every day, so it's different stuff every day. I mean, C10 tanks alone, and Ford tanks, we build a lot of those, so that's pretty much constant flow. But the change with custom stuff comes through as well. And like this morning, we're packaging typical C10 tanks. These are EFIs, non-EFIs. There's a 60 to 62 C10 tank. This is a custom generator tank. This is a Ford.
Here we go.
Ford F100.
Nice. I got one of his tanks underneath Oscar. I haven't really posted about it yet because I haven't waiting for the frame to come back from powder, which I already have it back, but I need to like assemble everything and then put that badass tank in it.
Yeah. So this is 73 to 79. This is actually what we call an OEM version. So the cover's on it right now, but underneath of it, this will accept an AC Delco OEM pump, so you can just run a returnless system.
That's badass.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
And what kind of how many gallons is this?
So this is 24.
Okay.
And the 67 to 72 Fords are 19s. Nice. And funny thing is that the Fords and the C10s, so 63 to 72 C10 and the Ford F100 is the exact same tank.
Huh.
Just a little bit different shift of the fill.
Wow. See, little things that you get to find out. I never knew that.
So this is kind of the back end of the way the shop works, because everything flows from that end forward. So we're going to be kind of running it backwards. But this is our testing department, where we also do skidding. We do assembly of some of the parts that we're making currently. But here everything that we build is pressure tested. So we leak test everything, and then we tag it like with these tags. That'll have your serial number on it and the pressure that it was at. What I think is cool and what you guys think is cool, you know.
Okay. So what exactly does it mean when you say you're pressure testing one of these?
Okay, so the way that we pressure test our tanks, so when we weld them up, we'll block off all the ports in here, and then what we do is we take it, put pressure in it. Our pressure is 6 to 8 psi, and then we essentially dunk it in water, and we hold it under with this assembly. We'll verify it with our gauge, and then we set a timer. So we watch it for a certain time, then we watch and we inspect every seam with a flashlight while it's underwater. And then when we're done, when we believe that it's leak-free, we verify what the pressure is, and then that's what goes on the tag.
So 100% no chance of this failing.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. Little things happen here and there.
Over time,
over time, you know, but not out of the box. That's the goal, is 100%, and we test every tank. So some companies in volume might only test a percentage of them, but we do 100% testing. So everything that we build gets tested.
What's the next backwards spot that we're going to go to?
So where we're going to kind of work our way into now is, so like this is kind of a staging area where we're staging, getting ready to assemble these skid units that are coming through. Where we're going to work through now is through weld. So weld, we run linear down, and we also have 2 stations here that are running as well. So weld is pretty much, since it's the primary reason that makes a tank, it takes up the most space, and we try to give everybody as much space as they possibly can to be flexible. So we work off of tables 90% of the time, but a lot of times we have to move the table away and weld. So kind of what's happening is we have a weld department over here, and the way that our shop is set up, where we cut and fabricate everything. So the welders, their only primary thing is to do what they do best, is weld. So they'll get drawing kits, they'll get all their parts, they'll get everything fabricated for them, and then it comes in a kit, and they'll grab it and assemble it and weld it out the way that it's supposed to be. So when we come up, it's running through our press brake. We stage here for our sheet metal pieces, and then we bin everything. So all the parts that a particular tank needs is kitted up into bins. So they can grab whatever their schedule says. They grab whatever paperwork it is, and then they can grab the corresponding bin with that number, and it has all of the parts and everything that they need in it.
So this is a tank ready to be loaded.
Yeah. So this, because we build so many C10 tanks, we build them up to this point constantly. Right now, we've been shipping a lot of them, so we're still kind of refulfilling. But so these are particularly C10 tanks that are ready to go together. And the same thing with these shelves. These are going to be custom tanks of some capacity or another. So he's bending up. It looks like he's doing a setup for C10s right now with a radius die. So we're getting ready to start bending up the tops and the bottoms for the C10s.
That's awesome. So now what's the first step? We're doing this all backwards.
So the absolute very first step is on a fabrication side of it. We start at the material. Okay. So one of the biggest things that is about Boyd Welding is we do a scratch-free finish. All right, we kind of expect that the tank should look brand new when it comes out of the box, and if it doesn't, then they can send it back. All right, but it should look brand new. It should be scratch-free. So that starts with the material that we ask for our suppliers to give us, and we work close with our suppliers to make sure that we can get scratch-free sheets. That's the biggest step in the very beginning, is making sure that we have good material to work with, and then we program everything, we draw it, we program everything, and then we run our programs and cut all of our flat pieces. We're gonna go right around to another building.
Okay. What's in that building?
That's our machine shop.
Okay.
So that's where we machine all of our parts, because we make almost 80 to 90% of the parts that go on our tanks nowadays.
So all the filler necks, all of the caps?
The caps, the majority of the caps, almost all the fill necks, almost all the weld fittings that we do, some of the custom parts. A lot of our, because it's custom, we need to have the ability to make a batch of fittings that you just can't buy off the shelf. So,
can someone, if they need certain things, can they buy a fitting or stuff like that?
Yeah, so that's another big part, is we want to support other companies that, you know, that make, or people that just make one tank. And so we have an online store that you can go, fueltankparts.com, and you can go into the parts section and pick weld fittings and any of the caps and necks that we have available, and all of that stuff is in stock, so it's usually shipping the same day.
Nice.
All right, so this is the Boyd Welding's machine shop. In here is where we machine all of our parts. So we pretty much occupy, in the machining side of it, half the building, so that we can keep things a little bit tight. And this is not a big shop, so we have a few machines and we can do everything in about half this size. And then the rest of it gives us a little bit of room for expansion. But here we stage like some Delrin sheets. These sheets will become the keys in our flush fill kit. So we're getting ready to run those. This is going to be a fill neck that we're going to turn. For whatever reason, it needed a 45 for the production customer that we were doing. We have milling and turning capabilities. We have sawing. We keep a good bit of material on hand. Like here's some of our flush fills that we're getting ready to come, that are working their way through. So this is going to be the first operation. So the first operation of machining. Then what we'll do is we'll re-chuck them up and we'll do all the internal work, all the threading to finish the product. So it looks like we have in this, so our little stainless steel pickups. So this is the first operation of that, and it'll get turned around and get threaded. Right now on this one, this is running another version of that, got our logo on it.
One of my favorite parts about Boyd Welding is that everything is made right here in America,
Yeah.
and Americans have jobs. So a lot of other companies, you know, you might find the price is a lot better, but you get what you pay for and you're not supporting an American brand. This is a 100% American-made brand, which that's my favorite part about it.
Awesome. Awesome. Mine too.
Well, I think we showed you guys a little bit of everything. So Dave, where can people find your tank?
Yeah, so our website's boydwelding.com or fueltankparts.com. You can go on there. We have a good frequently asked questions section that should be able to sort out most of your questions there. You can buy online 24/7 or give us a call, give us an email at sales@boydwelding.com.
And then you can also check them out on Facebook and Instagram, Boyd Welding.
Yep.
So thank you guys for watching this video. We'll catch you guys next time. Later.